A very good evening and a warm welcome to this Thursday night's edition of Primetime News. I'm Salima Shimwefeleni Masipa. Electoral governance leads this evening's bulletin. With crunch time nearing and the various political parties contesting for the vacant Swakopmund constituency seat, the Electoral Commission of Namibia has refuted allegations made by the Landless People movement that one of the ballot boxes carrying ballot papers was found open upon arrival at the Mondesa police station ahead of Friday's by-election in Swakopmund. Isabel Bento filed our lead story.
ECN Chairperson Elsie Kikembwa at the closing ceremony of the training of polling officers for the Swakopmund constituency by-elections on Wednesday confirmed that there are no ballot boxes that were opened upon arrival at Swakopmund. She was responding to allegations made by the LPM at a press conference in Swakopmund on Tuesday, where the party alleged that one of the seals on the ballot boxes at the Mondesa police station was open when it arrived on Sunday. She noted ECN seals and seals of all political parties affixed to all ballot boxes done in Windhoek were still intact at the time of offloading at the station, adding this was verified and confirmed by all political parties' representatives present, including LPM.
On to our next story. The Ministry of Environment, Forestry and Tourism earlier today issued a statement condemning the robbery of French tourists at the Taranga Safari Lodge in the Kavango West region on the 7th of August. Lydia Pitiri gives us this report.
In a press release issued earlier today, the ministry spokesperson Romeo Myunda noted the ministry condemns the unfortunate incident targeting visitors to the country. He noted in an incident involving a French family of tourists, which was reported on social media, thieves broke into their tents and stole their valuable items while camping at the lodge. Myunda said this was the first incident of its kind at the lodge according to the owner, adding the lodge agreed to forthwith improve security measures on the premises. The ministry thanked the police in the region for assisting the tourists. The statement read that although such incidences of crime against tourists and visitors remain sporadic in the country, the ministry urges industry stakeholders to institute proper safety and security measures at all guest establishments to safeguard the lives and assets of visitors. Myunda added that industry stakeholders should join the collaborative effort of the Nampol and Tourism Police Units, which is responsible for investigating crimes against tourists with a view of reducing such incidences.
Staying with tourism, the Ministry of Environment, Forestry and Tourism says the recent visits of global superstars to the country is a clear indication that Namibia has features that attract a niche market.
The ministry spokesperson Romeo Myunda, in a press release issued recently, noted the ministry is pleased with the recent visit of the 7-time world champion Lewis Hamilton, a British motorsport racing driver, to Namibia while on holiday, just a month after Jose Mourinho, a well-known football manager, also paid a visit to the country. He noted the country prides itself for the peaceful nature of its people, breathtaking landscapes, and its iconic wildlife, which in their view are collectively the key factors attracting renowned global stars to the country. Myunda said the visits by the superstars has exposed Namibia to millions of people that follow them, and they hope that their visits will direct more tourists to Namibia. He added the ministry is happy with Hamilton's review of Namibia as one of the most stunning places he's ever seen.
On to law and crime. The Namibian police force is urging members of the public who may have been scammed by 2 suspects who are currently detained to contact the police in Windhoek. Michael Madimba gives us some context.
Nampol on their social media page post said they arrested 2 suspects identified as Jerome Haragaib and Simon Shea, both aged 19, on the 8th of August for fraud, forgery and uttering. The suspects appeared in the Katutura Magistrate Court on the 10th of August, where they were remanded in custody until the 23rd of August for their bail application. The post read one of the suspects is a first-year information technology student at Lingua College and the other a learner at Namcol. This statement added they co-own a registered company responsible for sand mining, bricklaying, diamond polishing and food production. Nampol said the duo pretended to belong to other entities or companies that are allegedly managing some of government's projects. They allegedly associated themselves with Sisen Namanja and Co law firm using a proposal bearing a fake logo of the law firm, thereby claiming to be facilitating and rendering legal services to businesses on behalf of the law firm. This statement further noted that as a result, some people in the areas of Khomas and Orongo region, where the duo allegedly operated from, had fallen victims to the scam. The law firm, in a recent press release, distanced itself from the dealings and registered a case which is under investigation.
When we return, wood charcoal is a potential industry for value addition. In tonight's business segment, as part of its growth at home strategy, the Ministry of Industrialization and Trade has identified the production of wood charcoal as a potential industry for value addition. Shalva Wells filed this report.
Namibia is in phase 2 of the growth at home strategy, which was identified by the Ministry of Industrialization and Trade as a pivotal mechanism in accelerating economic growth, reducing income inequality, as well as increasing employment. The ministry stated in a press release on Wednesday that growth at home places a greater emphasis on the importance of industrialization via strengthening national value chains, creating more efficient linkages within the economy, improving the ease of doing business, as well as the ongoing engagement of collaboration between the government and private sector. Among the challenges identified in the wood charcoal industry during phase 1 of the strategy's implementation is the capital-intensive nature of the industry that bars farmers from entering, lack of technical information that is readily available on factors such as the standards for wood charcoal required for export, transportation, as well as an overall lack of research and development in the sector. It said through mentorship and business support services, the ministry mobilized regional councils and regional development committees to decentralize the ministry's development programs, including policies and strategies, in order to ensure implementation. The ministry's engagement efforts will be extended to all who are considering investing in the wood charcoal industry, as well as all other growth sectors.
In a boost for local craftsmen and artisans, Capricorn Foundation has donated 120,000 Namibian dollars to the Omba Arts Trust in Windhoek, enabling it to provide logistical assistance in the production and sale of handicrafts and training of artisans. Once again, Shalva Wells filed this story.
For over 30 years, Omba Arts Trust has been a non-profit, fair trade social enterprise assisting over 450 rural artisans in 9 regions. Omba Arts Trust Director Karen Leroux told Nampo on Wednesday, because Namibia is a large country with a small population, providing the necessary support to artisans who live in remote, rural areas of the country, particularly the San living in the resettlement farms of the Omaheke and Ohangwena regions, is always a challenge. She stated that the Omba Arts Trust works to support the sustainable livelihoods and resilience of Namibia's economically disadvantaged rural artisans by developing and marketing some of Namibia's most iconic handcrafts as well as some contemporary art.
That's all the top news we had for you tonight. Kindly stay tuned for Sport Planet, but first the economics roundup, followed by the weather forecast.
evening and welcome to Sport Planet. I'm Joy Gosses. Football dominates tonight's segment. Goals from David Alaba and Karim Benzema gave Real Madrid a 2-0 victory over Eintracht Frankfurt in a fifth UEFA Super Cup on Wednesday. While Frankfurt were dangerous, particularly in the first half, Madrid's experience and individual quality saw them through, as it did so often in their victorious 2021-2022 Champions League campaign. George Hendricks reports.
It was a particularly memorable evening for veteran French striker Benzema, whose goal took him to 324 for the Spanish side, one more than Raul. Only Cristiano Ronaldo, who scored 450, has more Real goals than Benzema. Now he's in line for the Ballon d'Or. Is there any doubt? For me, no, said Real coach Carlo Ancelotti. The match also highlighted the growing gap between the Champions League and Europa League competitions, with Madrid being the 9th Champions League team to win the competition in the past 10 years. For Sport Planet, I'm George Hendricks.
Staying with football, the Brazilian Football Confederation on Wednesday noted it does not want to replay an unfinished World Cup qualifying match with Argentina. A statement on the federation's website said, after receiving the request from Coach Tite and coordinator Juninho Paulista, the president of Brazilian Football Confederation, Ednaldo Rodrigues, will seek to suspend the match. George Hendricks once again gives us the report.
The original fixture in September last year was halted when Brazilian health officials stormed onto the pitch after 7 minutes in Sao Paulo, alleging COVID-19 quarantine breaches by the visitors. World Football's governing body FIFA ruled in February that the game must be replayed in September. Since February, both nations have made sure of qualifying for the World Cup in Qatar. The Brazilian Football Confederation statement suggested that FIFA had already agreed with the Argentine Football Association to call the game off. For Sport Planet, I'm George Hendricks.
Stand by for your sports roundup. With the sports news, we have come to the end of the Thursday edition of Primetime News. Many thanks for watching. If you are new to this channel, do subscribe, like, share and press the notifications bell to stay posted on the latest happenings locally and globally. Catch us tomorrow for another edition of Primetime News. From myself, Joy Gosses, and the entire production crew, have a lovely evening.